let's back up a little bit. I know kind of iRacing again comes up in your background. Where's Rajah Caruth come from?
So I was born in Atlanta, but I'd say I grew up in D.C. because that's where I went to school. I grew up watching racing, but I did not. My first race was in a legend car, when I turned 17, and then I raced iRacing like for the year prior. So very late. I've done probably less than 50 total legend car races.
You got more iRacing races than Denny Hamlin.
I've done like
10,000.
Yeah, like over 2,500 high races. And then I made the Drive for Diversity program with Rev in 19, and then was there through legend cars, late models, ARCA, and they like gave me time to develop because like sometimes you'll see these programs like they'll give a kid a couple races or a year, then they just go on to the next guy, right? And they like were patient with me for a little while just to figure it out. And thankfully, like my first year in late models, it just started kind of to click. And in ARCA, like I had a couple chances, I think, to win. Like I think about Charlotte, I think about Kansas, Pocono. Like I threw away those races, and that honestly I feel like cost me the championship that year.
Well, Kansas, you kind of got jammed up right there. So
yeah, but like I think about Charlotte. I think about and then we changed crew chiefs in the middle of the year, and some other stuff kind of went on behind the scenes. But and then last year, I thought it was gonna be like, I'll be fast, easy, and it was not that at all, right? Like the Xfinity stuff I did with Alpha Prime, like especially like before they took the skew out, like okay, I could run 20th, 17th, 15th, 12th on a good day, and then it was not that last year. Like it was so hard because I thought it was like I could just do the same things and drive super hard and like not get bit in the butt for it. And I definitely paid the price a lot of times. But I think like after that first Kansas race last year, it's kind of like, all right, like let me just calm down.
Moving on to #AskDBC. You can also send us your questions on Twitter, X, whatever it's called these days. #AskDBC. This first one is from Jordan. With Rajah winning Friday night, Max Verstappen being an avid sim racer, and even William Byron coming from the sim world, will we see more top sim racers and get opportunities?
Do you think this is your buddy Jordan again?
No, it can't be.
That's gonna say. I think he wants a ride. Like,
I know, that's what I was thinking. He didn't tag Dale Jr. though, so I doubt it. Most of them tagged Dale Jr.
Yeah. I hope so, right? I feel like that's one of the beautiful things about sim racing is that like I'm a city kid, right? Like I didn't grow up going to the racetrack. I didn't have family or anything doing this. So that's one of the great things about it is that got me in the door, right? I'm not like very few people get to drive race cars, and I'm very lucky that I get to do so, right? But I think it's a blessing because there's so many people that can get engineering jobs. Like you look at Keegan Leahy, right? He works at 2311. Eric J. Smith, I'm pretty sure he works there too, right? You have guys that get to the top of the sim racing level and can go work anywhere, whether it be in NASCAR, overseas. I don't know that much about sports car racing or IndyCar and stuff like that. But I think for sure the top sim racers should and will get more opportunities. It's just hard, like, because there's so few drivers.
Yeah, and I think like you got to be careful with it because, like, okay, yes, William and Rajah, these guys kind of started out sim racing. But they still had to get in race cars and do something. Like they didn't just go, all right, you guys go to the Busch Series. Like William is a very accomplished legend car racer. Rajah went straight to legend cars. Like they still had to start at the, kind of the bottom and work their way up. It wasn't like
it's not a guaranteed path.
Yeah. And there's a lot of them. Like there's guys on there that you see that try it and they don't make it. So it's the same thing. Like
I do think, but you see as many guys in real life try real racing and don't make it either way. So. I definitely think it opens the door a lot more. I mean, obviously there's more notoriety to it as we go on with William winning and you winning and, these other guys, like you said, are getting jobs in it. And not that that's going to lead them into a driving role at any point, but it's definitely opening the door for, a lot of kids coming from there. And you never know, man. It's all, like we talked about earlier, timing. If something times out right and you meet somebody at the right time or some doors open and, you're present, you get an opportunity. But I do think there's more – I do think people are looking at it more and more as a tool to educate yourself with racing and get better.
Mm-hmm. Literally, like if I'm off by a year, either too early or too late, there's no way I'm here because I did the Ignite series in 18. If I was a year earlier, they don't have that. if I do it in 19, like it's COVID. So it's like,
yeah,
got very fortunate.
We got rain coming on Tuesday, so I'll slow your ass down. I'll get to you.
It's not on NASCAR stuff, unfortunately.
That's
I'm
fine.
Play it.
We can run some sports car stuff.
Deal.
We do have a lot of iRacing players who listen to the show, as I know, because I got 20 million tags
I probably wrecked a couple.
About Millbridge going on
wrecked a couple
iRacing.
That is cool. That's cool.
What is what advice would you give? I had to say it. Sorry, TJ.
Casey's been waiting for this. iRacing and Millbridge.
What advice would you give someone who maybe wants to be in your position one day?
I mean, you just got to do the work, and I'm not saying that means it's gonna work out for you, but do the little things. Show up early, be there late, and then just pay attention, right? Like look at the other guys that have guys and gals that have made it to where you want to go, because I don't think it applies just to racing. And just care. And if you care enough about the thing, like you're gonna do, like all the other stuff will come easy. Like I don't want to say it's not anything special, right? But I care about this stuff a lot. Like I watch racing all the time. Like it's really all that I do. So I mean that's really it. Like anybody can do this stuff. Like there's nothing like special about me. Like I just got very fortunate with timing and with opportunities that presented themselves to me, and I tried my best to make the most of them.